Hi guys, welcome to the Wrestling Retrospective, and in today's video I'm doing my predictions for AEW WrestleDream 2025. So first up on the tailgate brawl, or the pre-show to WrestleDream, we have Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford taking on Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. And for me, I feel like this is going to be like a setup for the tag team tournament. Maybe they announce when it's going to be after the match, maybe, because it feels like we've announced the titles, but we don't know when the tournament's going to be, assuming there's going to be a tournament. And yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford to get a win here. I feel like they need a win right now. They have not been... I feel like the concentrating on Megan Bayne went from like mega on her when she had the AEW Women's World Title shot, but then it kind of went down a lot, and now she's just in the tag division all the time, which I feel like is something that she should be doing. She should be back in the main event scene by now. So yeah, I feel like she's going to get the win here, and I don't know, it kind of hurts Willow as well. Willow is someone who also should be in the main event scene. So yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford to get the win, but this far as it could go either way, and I don't know, because it's on the pre-show, it's kind of a throwaway match, but that's my prediction for Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford to get the win. Following that, we have the Young Bucks versus the Jurassic Express for $500k in cash for the winner. And yeah, for me, it's got to be Jurassic Express. It has to be Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. For like, with them just coming back, they have to get a big win, and especially a big win over the Young Bucks will be huge for them. So yeah, I feel like this is very predictable. I know that the kind of Young Bucks want the money, and they really don't lose on pay-per-view that often. But yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Jurassic Express to get the win, just because they just need the win more than the Young Bucks. Following that, we have the Hurt Syndicate, so MVP, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley taking on The Demand, which is Ricochet, and the Gates of Agony, which are Bishop Khan and Tio Leona. And yeah, for me, I'm going to go with The Demand to get the win here. This is obviously the rubber match with The Demand getting the win at All Out, and the Hurt Syndicate getting the win in the Street Fight. It's a lot since they put this on the pay-per-view. It's been a really good feud within AEW right now. It's a shame that we haven't got the Trios titles around this one. This would have been a really good Trios title feud, in my opinion, but maybe the winner of this goes on to face the Ops for the Trios Championships. But yeah, for me, I'm going to go with The Demand. They need the win more than the Hurt Syndicate do. Hurt Syndicate are a very established team, whereas Ricochet and the Gates of Agony are still a fairly new team, and then they've already beaten the Hurt Syndicate once. I feel like having them get the overall win and win the feud would help them massively, so that's why I'm going to go with them to get the win. After that, we have Tekla taking on Jamie Hayter, and I'm very curious to see why this is on pay-per-view. Maybe it's just a case of they just need matches for the card. But yeah, I fully expected this match to be on a Dynamite, not quite a pay-per-view, but it's very good that we get a singles women's feud on a pay-per-view instead of it just being the championship matches. Though I'm very curious to see Mercedes Moné actually get a match on this card. But as far as this match goes, I feel like it's going to be very good. These two hit very, very hard. But as far as the winner goes, I'm going to go with Tekla, because I feel like they've got a big investment in Tekla going into the end of the year, into the start of next year, as far as being a main eventer and wanting to build it to a point of being a world champion. And whereas on the opposite side, it feels like AEW's investment in Jamie Hayter has gone way, way, way down since, well, not even since she returned. Since she got injured the first time and lost the belt, it feels like maybe they changed their mind on whether she was a main eventer or not. Or at least it kind of feels that way, even though it's ridiculous. Jamie Hayter is a fantastic wrestler, and hopefully she does get back to that main event scene. But yeah, it just feels like they have a bigger investment in Tekla right now rather than Jamie Hayter, which is a bit of a shame, because Jamie Hayter is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it's why I think Tekla's going to get the win here. Following that, we have Brody King and Bandido. Bandido defending the Tag Team Championships against the mega team of the Continental Champion Kazuchika Okada, or the Unified Champion, Okada, and the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion in Konosuke Takeshita. And I really do want Okada and Takeshita to win. I feel like it's a really good story to tell, with those two kind of feeling like the leaders of the Don Callis, or at least like the de facto leaders of the Don Callis factory, the Don Callis family. With those two not quite getting on so well, with Okada turning the TV off during the celebration of Don Callis' birthday, all that kind of stuff. And the fact that having the IWGP World Champion, the new IWGP World Champion, win on the pay-per-view makes a lot of sense. However, I think that Okada and Takeshita cost each other the match, and then they start having this feud develop within the group, and then that leads to them both being in the Continental Classic, and then they end up facing each other in the either semi-finals or the finals of the Continental Classic. I got a feeling that's how it goes, but it means they have to lose this match, which is a weird booking decision, because as I said, Takeshita just winning the IWGP World Championship means he has to take a loss on AEW very quickly afterwards, which probably doesn't look great, but I feel like if anyone can recover from that, it is Takeshita. Plus, Brody are a very popular team, and every time I seem to bet against them, they retain. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Brody to retain, but I would love to see Takeshita and Okada get the win here. Also, they didn't really need to be double champions, but then, again, there's a great story to tell within the Don Callis family between those two. But no, I feel like this is going to be an absolutely fantastic match. Even if Takeshita and Okada aren't getting on, you know, you got to believe that these two are going to be absolutely great tagging together. They are two of arguably the best wrestlers in the world right now. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see how this match goes. It's one I'm very much looking forward to, but I'm going to go with Brody to get the win here. After that, we have Kyle Fletcher defending the TNT Championship against Mark Briscoe in their 5th match of their many matches, and you gotta believe this might be the last one they have for a long time, hopefully anyway. But for me, this is one of the more simpler matches to predict on the card. I cannot see them taking the TNT title off Kyle Fletcher for a very long time. They seem to have a lot of investment in Fletcher with the TNT Championship, and I feel like he's doing exactly what we needed Cole to do, Garcia to do, and all the other champions to do with the TNT title, which is to make it feel it's worth something again. And I feel like Kyle Fletcher is slowly doing that. He's been a great champion so far, a very defending champion as well, which is absolutely fantastic to see out of a heel. But yeah, for me, absolutely no doubt in my mind here says that Kyle Fletcher gets a win. Following that, we have Hangman Adam Page defending the AEW World Championship against Samoa Joe in a match I cannot wait to see. I feel like this is going to be an absolute banger of a match. But do I think it's going to main event? I really don't. I don't really think it's going to semi-main event. I think the next 2 matches are going to be the last 2 matches on the card, which is fine. I feel like Joe and Hangman could have an absolutely fantastic match, not in the main event, but it wouldn't shock me if it is the main event, because it is the World Championship after all. But it feels like the bigger stories are with the other 2 matches, which I'm sure you can probably guess what they are right now. But yeah, for me, yeah, I feel like Hangman's going to retain here. I don't feel like the title's in any kind of jeopardy. I can't see them putting the championship back on Samoa Joe quite yet, even if ever again, to be fair. No offense to Joe. Especially as he's one third of the trio champions as well. I don't think they can make him a double champion. It would be a very big shock, unless he does some kind of heel turn maybe and takes the title from Hangman. I don't think he's the one to do it. I feel like, if anything, Joe might absolutely batter Hangman, and then MJF will come out and let Hangman know that he's challenging him like next week or something. But I can't see that happening either, to be fair. I don't know what. It's just a suggestion, if anything. But I think the absence of MJF is kind of something that people need to be reminded about fairly often. So then they're not so then like the moment is bigger when he does come back and challenge Hangman. But yeah, for me, I cannot see the title being in any kind of jeopardy. I'm sure there's going to be some moments in the match where I feel like Joe's probably going to win, and I can't wait for those moments because I love it when matches do that. But yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Hangman to 100% get the win here and move on to face maybe a more threatening challenger in the future. No offense again to Samoa Joe. Following that, we have Kris Statlander defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Toni Storm in a match that I cannot wait for. I've been waiting so long for this match to happen. It's probably one of my dream matches of the year, and we're finally getting it near the end. But as far as this match goes, I would have never thought that Kris Statlander was going to be the champion going in, but again, couldn't be happier that she is the champion. And yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Kris Statlander to get the win. I don't feel like she's going to drop the title straight back to Toni Storm. I feel like that would be a very much a step back and would really hurt Kris Statlander, not only as a championship reign goes, but just her in general, especially after the build she's had over the last couple of years getting to this point. So yeah, I cannot see her losing this title match at all. Maybe she goes on to face the winner of Tekla versus Jamie Hayter at the next pay-per-view, Full Gear. But yeah, no, for me, as much as this is a match I cannot wait for, and I feel like this is going to be one of the better matches of the night, yeah, I can't see Kris Statlander dropping the title quite yet, so I'm very, very confident that Toni Storm unfortunately gets another loss, and I'm curious to see what she does going forward, where she doesn't have the opportunity at the AEW Women's World Championship. But yeah, for me, Statlander 100% gets the win here. And finally, in what I assume will be the main event, what I want to be the main event, we have Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley in an I Quit match. I am very worried very scared, very concerned over what is going to happen in this match. This is going to be brutal in every sense of the word. I don't think the men's quality of life is going to get considered in this match. You know when John Moxley says to someone, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make you say I quit. That is scary stuff. I honestly love violence, I love blood, I love all this kind of ECW type stuff. I loved the Texas Death matches that Hangman and Moxley have had before, not just those two against each other, but those two against other people. I do think it's going to be my kind of match. I'm not what am I trying to say? I'm very confident this is going to be my match for the night. Like, very confident. I've got a feeling this might be one of my favourite matches of the year if they go as far as what I think they're going to go for. As far as the finish goes, I think Moxley is going to be set on fire and then he's going to say I quit. I think that is the general consensus that they're going for. Maybe not. Maybe they go for something different. The thing is that normally these I quit matches, if you really want to get to someone, they use like family members or relationships or something like that. But Darby Allin doesn't really bring his family to stuff. He doesn't bring his relationship. If he's in a relationship, he doesn't bring it to the wrestling. Like, Darby could quite easily go and threaten Renee, and even though her and Moxley never really interact, you know that everyone knows that they're together. They reference the fact that they're husband and wife on TV. So, and I don't, but Darby's the babyface, so I don't think he's going to do that, or I'll be very surprised if he does do that. Maybe Renee quits on behalf of Moxley. Maybe Shafir quits on behalf of Moxley. But yeah, this is a match I'm very curious about how they finish it, unless it's just Darby sets Moxley on fire and that's it, which I feel like would happen, but it would have to be like really brutal to have it happen. I feel like Darby's probably going to get some help at some point from somebody. I'm not sure who. I can imagine it's like Orange Cassidy and all those lot, but honestly, I don't know. But yeah, it's a match I am very excited for, though I'm very nervous for at the same time. But yeah, for me, as far as the overall winner goes, as I even said, I think Darby Allin gets a win here. And yeah, it leaves them at then 1-1 with Moxley winning at All Out. Then you've got Darby winning here, and then they will have a third match, which I can't imagine what they're going to do in a third match. It wouldn't surprise me if it was probably Texas Death or some kind of unsanctioned match or something like that. So then, you know, if they can go even further somehow. But yeah, for me, I'm going to go with Darby Allin to get the win here. But yeah, as I said, really curious to see how this match goes, but I am not surprised if it is one of the most brutal matches we see in AEW history. So those are my predictions for AEW WrestleDream 2025. Do put down in the comments below what you think is going to happen on the card. Is there any matches that you think are going to get added before now? I can't imagine so, with Dynamite and Collision being last night. But yeah, I know. I mean, you know, it's what it is. But yeah, what's your favourite match going to be? I'm very curious to see how Moxley and Darby goes. I can't imagine it's going to be a lovely match to watch. Also, Tony Storm, Chris Statlander, and Samoa Joe and Hangman Page could be matches of the night as well. But say, do let me know what you're looking forward to the most. Do like the video if you enjoyed it. Do subscribe for way more wrestling content coming up. There's obviously coverage of WrestleDream this week. There is also coverage of Halloween Havoc next week, as well as those of other lists and all kinds of videos coming up as well. Yesterday, I uploaded a video talking about Paul Heyman's new group, possibly, or the stuff that leads or outcome of Bron Breakker turning on Seth Rollins and the Vision turning on Seth Rollins. And tomorrow or the day after, I have a Survivor Series card I'd like to see coming out as well, so do stick around for that by subscribing. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.